My name is Anthony, and man, for the last 10 weeks, we have been hitting pause on our life in order to put God first. And man, this is our last video in the series of our Hit Pause series, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, but I think it's one of the hardest things to do, and it's this idea of rest, of Sabbath. And the memory verse today is Psalm 46:10, and when you get there, go meow, meow, meow. I'll give you time. Don't skip the meow, meow, meows. Psalm 46:10, and it says this: "Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored among the nations, and I will be honored in the earth." Man, rest is such an important thing. It's like, you know that rest where you come home from a long day, you put your hands under the cold pillow, and then you just put your head, like this, and then you start to drool involuntarily. Oh, such good rest. That rest is so important, and it's so good. But a lot of times we don't rest with God. A lot of times we don't do this idea of Sabbath. And I don't know, have you guys ever been so tired you haven't felt like yourself before? Because I know that we have this emotional response to not, and there's one of four responses. And raise your hand if this is you. So the first one is if you're so tired, you become the angry cat. Right? Number one, the angry cat. If this is you, raise your hand. Where you're just angry. Oh, so mad because you haven't gotten enough sleep. You haven't gotten enough rest. And you're angry and you're snapping back and you're just, and you're this angry cat. If that's you. You can be honest. You can raise your hand. Or two, there's the crier. Right? I don't know if this is you. Maybe you might be embarrassed, but just know I'm looking out for you. The crier, right? If you're so tired, you're just crying involuntarily. I don't know why I'm crying. It's probably because you're tired, right? And so that might be, it's one of two. You have the angry cat, the crier. The third one, I know this is a lot of you. Sometimes this is me. It's the farter, where you're so tired and you haven't had enough rest. You're and you have to wear a diaper because I don't know what's happening, and you're so tired. That might be you. I don't know. You don't have to raise your hand for that one. You might embarrass yourself. But the fourth one for sure is me, is the nodder, right? You know, you're like so tired you're doing this. And when your teacher goes, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Oh, sorry, I was praying." Right? They usually do this nodding thing. That's definitely me. So, to a little backstory, in high school, I did this. I was when I first got my license, I was so excited to drive my car from home to school because I didn't have to take the school bus anymore. And from home to school was 45 minutes. I went to school a long way from my house. But I remember after a long day of school, I started to drive home and I started to do this. And I was freaking myself out because I was like, "Oh no, I can't be tired. I'm driving on the freeway." And I did this. I caught myself in this lie that I told myself, and I was driving and I said, "I'm just going to close my eyes for a few seconds." So I do this, and I hear, and I swerve my car, and I smash it against a freeway sign. And as I open my eyes, my car is spinning, doing 360s in the middle of the freeway, and I go, and I crashed and I destroyed my car because I was so tired, because I didn't rest, because rest is so important. I ended up destroying my car because I didn't rest. And Genesis says this, Genesis 2, chapter 2, it says, God puts an example of how we should be resting in creation. He says, by the seventh day, God had finished all the work he had been doing, and on the seventh day, God rested from all of his work. Right? On the seventh day, he rested. That word rested in the Hebrew is the word Shabbat. Can you say Shabbat? Shabbat. Say Shabbat. It's this word that means rested in the Hebrew, or to rest. Right? Because God is showing us that, man, God's all powerful. He wasn't tired at this point. But God is showing us an example, and he's setting intentionally in creation as a rhythm of creation of rest. Right? He's saying that you and I were created to work, to go forward, and then to stop. To move, to go forward, and then to pause. To hit pause. That's what this whole series is about, is hitting pause with God. Is stopping with God. And actually, science backs this up. I was reading an article. It says, it says that resting boosts your immune system, takes away stress, increases your productivity. You do more things. You can improve your memory, right? You can just, read minds. I'm just kidding. But it also makes you in a better mood. Right? Science backs up what God put in as a rhythm of creation. He says you and I were made to go forward and to rest with him. Man, so this week, would we model what the Psalm is saying, to be still and know that he is God? So this week, whether that's fellowshipping with your friends, whether that's reading your Bible, whether that's praying, take time out of your week, out of your day, every day, to rest with God, to hit pause with God, so that you could put him first. All right, guys, we'll see ya.